What's up, everybody? I'm your girl, Latiska Powell, and today, baby, guess what we talking about? Karma being an illusion. If you have not already, I want you to go and hit that like button and subscribe so we can get right on into exploring the concept of karma, its origins, and how it can be understood as part of an illusion of separation in the journey towards spiritual oneness. Let's get into the definition of karma. Is traditionally understood as the law of cause and effect, where actions generate corresponding consequences. Hmm, think about it. The origins found in spiritual traditions like Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, karma explains how actions shape individual experiences, often across timelines. Our most common belief about karma is seen as a personal account of moral debts or merits that influence future outcomes. We all have that belief. Karma and the illusion of separation. Everything is one. Duality. Karma operates within a framework of opposites, good and bad, cause and effect, reinforcing the idea of separate self navigating life. When we stop thinking of ourselves as humans and start seeing ourselves as spiritual beings, we release it. It perpetuates the notion of I as a distinct entity responsible for actions and outcomes, creating emotional and spiritual separation because there's no I in us. Karma introduces a sense of worthiness or unworthiness based on actions, fostering comparison and hierarchy. The illusion of the self, because I am all and nothing all at once. The self itself is an illusion. Many spiritual teachings suggest that the ego or individual self is an illusion. In truth, there is only one unified consciousness, and that consciousness is all things, the air, the trees, the water, the animals, it's everything. By linking actions to personal identity, karma reinforces the illusion of the ego. However, if the self is not real, karma has no true owner. Hmm, who gonna own it? Karma in the context of oneness. Beyond duality, in the state of oneness, the concept of good and bad, right and wrong, and all of that dissolve as all actions are seen as expressions of the same universal energy. No separation. When one realizes their unity with the divine, they need to balance karma. The need to balance karma disappears because there's no separate being to accrue or pay it. The grace and liberation in recognizing karma as an illusion shifts focus from earning liberation through action to simply being, resting in the truth of oneness. I'm going to give you a practical step to transcend your idea of karma. I want you to, you know what you have to do, shift your perspective. So let me give you an affirmation for it. I am not my actions. I am the infinite consciousness observing them. I am not my actions. I am the infinite consciousness viewing them. Reflect on how your identity goes beyond individual experience. Let go of judgment because let me tell you what judgment does. Judgment creates attachment. Release the attachment of all this good, bad, right, wrong, and all of that. Release it. Give it back. View life events as neutral, arising within a greater whole. Focusing on the present. Recognize that karma often binds people to past actions or future consequences. That's why it's essential to stay in the moment. Only the now exists. I am free in this moment. See, being in the moment, you notice that those things aren't even happening, but it's happening here. It's not happening here. So, learning to practice oneness, meditate on the interconnectedness of all things, because nothing can happen unless you think the thought that it's going to happen. I want you to repeat an affirmation like this: I am one with all, there is no separation. And then you see the beauty in the incident that has already occurred. You see the beauty in it, you appreciate it. And let me give you an analogy. Imagine life as a movie with karma as the storyline. You are not the character, but the scene on which the story plays. The screen is unaffected by the drama unfolding on it. In a dream, you might feel you're in separate individual experiencing a consequence. Upon waking up, you realize the dream was an illusion and the separation was never real because the thought is not separate from the thing. Thoughts create things. Karma, while useful for explaining the flow of life within duality, is ultimately part of the illusion of separation. By understanding this, we can transcend the need to repay or earn and embrace the truth that we are already whole, unified with the infinite. True liberation comes not through action, but through awakening to the oneness that has always been. We have never been separate from Source. Source has never been separate from us. Only an illusion in the mind that produces these things. I am free from the illusion of karma. I exist beyond cause and effect as pure infinite consciousness, being consciously aware that whatever is in my reality is no more than something that I have thought of. When I release the judgment of it, you got to release it and say, okay, that was just a situation, a circumstance, or whatever. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. It just is. Now, where do we go with this isness? Absolutely nowhere, because there's nowhere to go. The whole thing about recognizing karma is to recognize that there's only love here. That's it. Every person, everything that already is here and that has been here has all been the essence of love. It's only been our interpretation of what we think love should have been in our lives and then releasing that judgment. People can't teach you what they don't know in consciousness. If they're not consciously aware of a thing, beating your parents up for what they didn't teach you, what is that? There's no love in judging. It's no love in comparison. There is no love in allowing people to experience life. That's what wholeness is. That's what total fulfillment is. It's not like you can just experience all of this over here and never experience all of this over here. Because all of this over here is what's going to make you appreciate all of this over here. Seeing all of this over here as something happening for you, through you, as you, because again, your thoughts are creating your reality. So when you change your thoughts and begin to change your mind, guess what? Your reality will begin to change because everything is happening for you, yet it's happening through you. And then the world is reflecting back all this going on here and here. When we begin to operate out of here and see nothing but love, that's all we'll see. See you later.